Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
Voted 5-0, accepting staff recommendations. Under stipulated expulsions, we have EH 23-24-71 and EH 23-24-74. Again, it was a unanimous decision, 5-0, to accept staff recommendations. And under suspended expulsion contracts, we have EH 23-24-52 through 53, then EH 23-24-65 through 69, and then EH 23-24-75 and 76, and then EH 23-24-84 and 85. Again, the vote was unanimous, 5-0, to accept staff recommendations. And under revoked expended expulsion contracts, EH 23-24-16, it was a unanimous decision, 5-0, to accept staff recommendations. Now we have comments from the board. Mr. Steedman.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for being here. The only thing I have tonight is late last month, our President and Secretary of Education made some changes to Title IX. I don't know if everybody here is familiar with Title IX and what all that entails, but I urge everybody and recommend everybody to please familiarize yourself with that title and what it means. For example, some of the things that have changed starting in August, so next school year, and this goes for any school that is federally funded, including colleges. One of the major things that it entails is by federal law now, for example, a biological male can use the female's locker rooms and bathrooms, and by federal law, there's nothing we could do about it. At risk of losing our funding. So the repercussions, I don't think I need to go into the potential there, but anybody who's a parent, who has children, middle school, high school, I think you should all be informed on what that means. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Yang.
Welcome everybody, and thank you for being here. I just want to note that there's two, for me, and what I think is that there's really two exciting parts for a student in terms of their experience in school, and it is the first day of school and the last day of school. And for a lot of our MJESD kids, it's gonna be their last day of school in about 2.5 weeks. So I just wanna congratulate all of our graduates coming up in the end of this month, and I look forward to watching them get either promoted or graduated at the end of May. And thank you for being here.
Ms. Hasty.
Yes, welcome all. And thank you for your hard work. We all have such different strengths and abilities and roles, and I appreciate how hard everyone is working. Thank you.
Thank you. Frank Crawford.
Yes, I've been telling my students for over 30 years, and I got to say it again. It was in the high 90s today, and we've got some great places to swim. Be careful around the rivers, all right? I say it every year. I've lost 2 students, so that's why moms and dads, yeah, it's up to you and your kids. Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to echo the words from our board. We definitely appreciate the hard work that our teachers and staff that are dedicated to this fabulous district put in. We don't want you to think that we don't appreciate it. And secondly, I want to congratulate the graduates and the teachers and their administrators, their counselors, their athletic teams that helped them get to that graduation. We definitely appreciate all that hard work, and we certainly appreciate our graduates. So thank you. Now we're moving to recognitions.
All right, all right, all right. It's my very favorite time of each of our board meetings. That's our opportunity to highlight impactful students, community members, and staff. And today we are beginning with our Community Impact Award, which will go to the Marysville Chief of Police, Christian Sachs, and his staff. In honor of National Peace Officers Memorial Day, we celebrate your dedication, your commitment, and your continual sacrifice. The MJUSD Board of Education and staff recognize and thank you for your service. One more time, please, a round of applause for Chief. Thank you, Chief Sachs. Tonight, we also have a special recognition which will go out to Elizabeth Silva for receiving the Superior Region FFA Secretary position. Ms. Silva. Members of the Superior FFA Region voted on who would serve in this role for the 2024-25 school year, and Lyndhurst High School is proud to report that Ms. Silva was selected as the 2024-25 Superior Region FFA Secretary. Congratulations. Sorry, I'm having a senior moment. It's also my pleasure to call up Erica Rivera Vargas. Miss Vargas. Ms. Vargas was selected as a Sierra Butte FFA Section Sentinel. Ms. Vargas was submitted an application and she mastered a full day of interviews with 32 other high-quality candidates to become the 2024-25 Sierra Butte FFA Sectional Sentinel. Congratulations. Of course. And of course, it wouldn't be possible without their fabulous teachers. Congratulations. And also, as we do every month, we have our April Outstanding Performance Recognitions for student and staff that demonstrate kindness, leadership, and positive impact. And first, our students. Deanna Leon from Adult Education. Thaddeus Anderson from Arboga. Carlos Mendoza from Browns Valley. Rogelio Davalos Martinez from Browns Valley. Penelope Spence from Edgewater. Juan Zuniga Flores from Ella. Charlie Wooten from Foothill. Annabella Young-Karpoff from Kynoch. And Victor Garcia from MCAA. Students, look at this wonderful crowd who came out to celebrate you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. And of course, for every amazing student, we have a cadre of amazing staff members. And I'm proud to call up Kelly Ligorio from Arboga. Lauren Pendergrass from Browns Valley. Hardeep Sahota from the district office. Charlotte Baum from Ella. Aaron Good from Kynoch. Aaron Littlepage from Kynoch. And finally, Crystal Miner from Linda. Congratulations to our outstanding staff members. Please get ready for pictures. Congratulations, all of you again.
So we're going to continue on with comments from our school site representatives. Marysville High School. Please state your name. Marysville. Sorry.
Good evening. My name is Maya Spolino, and I serve as the Marysville High School ASB Vice President. I'm here one last time to update you on all the exciting events happening to conclude this school year at MHS. Since I've last seen you, all of our spring sports have concluded their seasons, and our swim team placed 3rd overall in their championship meet. And we have already started tryouts for some of our fall sports, such as cheerleading and football. Prom has also just flown by this past Saturday, With the theme Cloud 9, the junior class put on an amazing dance and saw a considerable attendance from not only MHS students, but also students from other schools. Looking ahead, all of the end-of-year activities for seniors are just around the corner. We have senior finals starting next week, and we'll be hosting a senior scholarship award ceremony next Tuesday. I hope to see you all there to support our class of 2024. We will also have the senior trip to Six Flags on May 28th, and we'll be graduating on the 31st. We definitely appreciate you cheering us on as we walk the stage. I would also like to highlight the recent and upcoming events in our Wellness Center in honor of Mental Health Awareness this month. We have hosted workshops such as rock painting, slime making, and have some fun lawn activities planned for this week. A wellness fair was also organized and set up by the amazing wellness staff, where students could reach out to local organizations and learn more about mental health services available to them. The Wellness Center has also created a safe space on campus in room M2 where students can go to decompress and relax. There are many sensory activities and staff there who can support students through any hardships they may be facing. I am happy to report that we have plans to expand our wellness team next year with our own site-based social worker. As this is my very last meeting here as a site representative, I would like to take a few moments to reflect on my time here and thank the board for allowing students such as myself to have this opportunity and voice in the district. I've spent the last 2 years here every month, and it has been an amazing experience. I have had an extensive insight into the inner workings of the district and how every person here at MGUSD makes a difference here, whether they know it or not. From the custodial crews to bus drivers, teachers, paraeducators, administrators, and those of you here at the district office, I am very fortunate to have the opportunity to watch every one of us work towards a common goal and create positive change in the community. Growing up with my mom's working in a transportation and special education, I have known those at MGUSD as an extension of my own family. When I finally walk the stage, it will be a bittersweet goodbye, as I am not only saying a goodbye to the teachers and staff I have grown to admire, but also the district that raised me. When I go off to college this fall, my hope is to complete my bachelor's in science and biochemistry and pursue a career as a physician's assistant in women's health. I plan on returning to Marysville after I complete grad school to give back to my community in hopes to make a difference as you all has made us here as well. Again, thank you so much for providing me and other students with this opportunity. I appreciate your time this evening and all the late nights spent here in this boardroom throughout the years, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening.
Lyndhurst High School. Anybody from Lyndhurst? Marysville Charter Academy. Oh, sorry. I didn't see it. It's the crowd. Sorry about that. Please state your name.
Good evening, board members, Dr. Falazarani, and everyone here today. My name is Diana Ortega Moreno, and I'm the Lyndhurst ASB president. I am very excited to share with you, for the last time, the events currently happening at Lyndhurst. Over the past month, leadership has been working hard without the seniors to surprise them with the exit rally on May 31st. Although I don't know the theme, I do see a lot of palm trees in the classroom. LHS had a phenomenal teacher and staff appreciation week last week. Our community sponsors donated meals, drinks, ice cream, and various generous prizes to ensure our staff had a wonderful week, and our staff competed in a staff softball game on Wednesday. Now moving on to sports. Our tennis team has won an amazing 14-3 non-league matches and 11-3 league matches this season. And today, our boys doubles won second place in the San Joaquin sectional tournament. In track, Danae Stevens broke the Lyndhurst varsity long jump record last Friday at the CIF Division 4 and 5 finals at the Riverbank High School with a jump of 16 feet and 9 inches. Now, moving on to our clubs, Lyndhurst FFA will be hosting the FFA Awards Banquet on Thursday, May 16 at 6 p.m. The event will be held in the LHS cafeteria. All board and cabinet members are welcome to attend. FFA is also proud to report that Elizabeth Silva and Erica Rivera Vargas were announced as a 2024-2025 Superior Region FFA Secretary and as a Sectional FFA Officer. Culinary Arts held interviews for the first time at the Hard Rock Cafe internship today. Students will have an opportunity to take part in a 60-hour internship during the summer and earn up to 5 elective credits. This Thursday, LHS Music has invited Marysville Music to join together and will be holding their spring concerts at Lyndhurst at 6 p.m. in the Lyndhurst Gym. Then the LHS Choir will be performing the national anthem this Saturday, for the Hmong Memorial Day celebration at Veterans Park on 5th Street at 10 a.m. Finally, the LHS Music is holding a memorial concert at the Roy Borg Post in Olivers at 6 p.m. on May 24th to honor and thank our community for all its support this year. We hope you can all join us for these events. LHS will be having our annual LHS Student Art Show as well as our Senior Awards Night on Thursday, May 23rd from 5 to 8 p.m. This event is free, fun, and has snacks and is quite the celebration. The entire gym foyer will be filled with awesome art, and they will all be created by our students at LHS. Under our art class, this will be the first year that we had an AP 2D art and design class, and these hardworking students just completed their portfolios on Friday, May 10th, which was part of their AP exam, and all 23 students successfully submitted on time. 281 advanced placement exams were given at LHS when exams conclude on Thursday. LHS offers 12 different advanced placement courses for a total of 14 sections of AP. 223 students took at least one AP exam. 6 seniors took 4 tests, 2 juniors took 3 tests, 9 seniors took 3 tests, and 41 students took 2 tests. Our ELAC celebrated our LHS reclassification ceremony on Wednesday, May 8th. Lyndhurst reclassified 51 students during the 2023 to 2024 school year. Students and families joined us for the celebration, which included a delicious meal prepared by our culinary arts class. Not only that, Lyndhurst had our AVID spring visit, where AVID elective teachers shared the excellent job our AVID students did in recruiting for next year's AVID using our career fair, which took place April 24th. Our AVID classes maxed out for the 24 to 25 school year, and LHS is looking forward to earning AVID certification next year. Now, before I go, I would like to thank you all for having me this year and listening to me talk about a place that I will never forget, Lyndhurst. Its students, staff, and many, many opportunities have helped me and other graduating seniors move on to a new exciting chapter in our lives. And for that, I will forever be grateful, and just how I'm grateful for being here today. Thank you so, so much, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your summer and year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, MCAA. Anybody from MCAA today? Okay, North and South Lyndhurst High School. Okay, now we move to the opportunity for employee organizations to address the board. Muta?
Good evening, Mr. Davis and the rest of the board. My name is Angela Hillary Stiegel. I am the president for the Marysville Unified Teachers Association. First off, as I have started off many meetings, I would like to congratulate all of the recognition and award winners that were mentioned at the beginning of the meeting. I would also like to extend a congratulations to all of our many graduates that will be going out of our various institutions and even going from one to another, transitioning through that exciting step in their journey. I would also like to acknowledge, thank, and honor our Longevity Award recipients and our retirees. A lot of years when you start to add that up. We would also like to express our gratitude and appreciation for all educators in honor of last week being Teacher Appreciation Week. And we would like to remind people that just because there's only 1 week of the year that's set aside for that, that should be happening all year long. To start my comments this evening, I'd like to quote Dolores Huerta. When you have a conflict, that means there are truths that need to be addressed. And when you have a conflict, it's an educational process to try to resolve the conflict. And to resolve that conflict, you have to get people on both sides of the conflict involved so that they can dialogue. Therein lies the vast majority of our problem. We have no dialogue. The only person with whom you'll dialogue is the superintendent, and apparently her PR firm. Our means of dialogue are cut off or obstructed at every turn. We're told we can email you at a district email that is obviously overseen and monitored by the superintendent. Or we can call you and leave a message on a district voicemail number, which I'm sure is much the same. Even after board meetings, the huddle on the dais, when we used to actually speak to each other after the meetings, well, that's gone. That doesn't happen. We can't count the number of times we've invited, even begged the board to speak with us, to meet with us, to hear us. All of those invitations and requests have been ignored. They have all been met with the proverbial sound of crickets. When we do speak, we're summarily ignored or spoken down to, disrespected, demoralized. A stunning and blatant example of this can be seen in the board president's recent article in the Appeal Democrat. In that article, on behalf of all of you on the board, he states, undeterred by resistance, misinformation, and negativity, we remain steadfast in our mission of ensuring that our schools are safe havens for children, where we educate, provide nutritious meals, and provide wellness activities. Resistance, misinformation, and negativity. Misinformation is yours. You provide, or more accurately, pass along misinformation and disinformation regularly. The refusal to seek accurate, truthful information is on you. The disregard for and refusal to believe honest, truthful, transparent information lies with you as well. To be blunt, it's bad enough that you won't seek out the truth, but even when it is dumped in your lap and held right up to your face, you ignore it. You turn a deaf ear and a blind eye. And then you have the audacity to blame us. You, the board, have the unmitigated gall to accuse us of putting out propaganda when we put out factual information regarding settlement agreements of other districts in comparison to ours. I do believe the district has the market on propaganda, and somehow the taxpayer funds to pay for it. It is not our fault that you are misinformed or uninformed. You make the conscious choice to stay that way. You work at it even. We try to share information with you, and we're called names, accused of negativity, and deemed resistant. You are resistant. You refuse to listen, and you refuse to help. You refuse to heed our calls and the calls of innumerable others as to the problems, or more pointedly, problem here. You created and continue to create the negativity in the same way. You ignore us and aid in the trampling of our rights and in the resulting abysmal morale and disenfranchisement. We are not just fighting for COLA or a fair wage. We are fighting for dignity and respect. And the fact that we're having to fight you, our board, is disappointing and frustrating and degrading. And as I've said before, demoralizing. The complete and utter lack of dignity and respect you have for us, the professional educators of this district, is evident here at these meetings and in the offers we've received at the table, including on safety and on retention and retirement, as well as salary. We offered 8.22%, which is the COLA, for a salary increase, not a raise, a salary increase. The COLA you received last summer to help with keeping wages in line with inflation, so that people like your teachers and all of the other employees in the district don't actually experience a wage cut. You countered with no ongoing salary increase and 3% one time. You then came in and countered yourself after our reaction and some pencil sharpening on your part, we were told, and came back with 2% ongoing. Not even a quarter of the COLA for this year, and just over half of what the superintendent has been receiving since last summer. And the board, per her contract, can decide to give her more than that. Speaking of contracts, just a quick reminder, ours has been expired since last July 1st. Furthermore, we're fighting the superintendent's union busting and union weakening efforts that you endorse. I could go on and on with the examples. The list of unfair labor practice charges, cease and desist, cure and corrects, the list just goes on, and it should be even longer. There are ULPs and cease and desist and cure and corrects we haven't filed. Dozens and dozens of new projects, initiatives, programs, and grants, all of which should include the union, and many or most of which should be bargained with MUTA, and they are not. All of which are meant to distract and detract and to bulldoze over us and our collective bargaining rights. We cannot wait for someone else to speak up. We must be our own voice. Quite obviously, nobody else is going to speak up for us or on our behalf. We have to come together as professional educators, as employees in this district, and fight for the rights and the COLA and the respect that we all deserve. Thank you.
Much. We have to move on. Operating engineer, local union number 3. California School Employees Association number 326 and 648. Association of Management and Confidential Employees. Supervisory unit. Okay, now we're moving to presentations. 10.1, presentation of the Marysville High School's new 4-year medical pathway beginning in 2024-25 school year. Thank you, David. Could you introduce your staff?
Thank you. First, we have our teacher, Gina Schuler, and Alicia Wiggins, one of our math teachers. Some of our other team members weren't able to make it tonight, but we all thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings, Dr. Azrani, trustees, and the MJUSD community. Project Med is designed to be a 4-year health sciences program in which students engage and learn about careers in the medical field, ranging from medical assisting to nursing to dentistry and much more. This medical pathway is designed to study science from a medical and allied health perspective that can lead into a post-secondary medical pathway. Today, I will highlight 3 areas. First, give you a glimpse into Marysville High School's rich 150-year history of excellence and service to our community. That's our why. Second, provide you with a brief overview of Project Med. That's our how. And third, include some of our next steps of moving from a CTE pathway to a college and career pipeline. The healthcare industry in our region currently has a high job demand and is expected to grow substantially in the next decade due to the aging population and a higher prevalence of chronic conditions. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there will be a 15.4% growth in healthcare and social assistance occupations between 2022 and 2032, much higher than the 3% national average for all jobs. The healthcare sector is expected to add about 2.1 million jobs from 2022 to 2032, the most of any sector. My Options, a college and career planning organization, conducted a nationwide survey, and healthcare was the #1 career interest. As you know, Marysville High School celebrated its 150th graduating class last June. Our why: Marysville High School is a diverse campus of more than 1,000 students serving grades 9 through 12. As you can see on the slide, it has 61.1% low socioeconomic students, 56.3% students of color, and 44.2% with special needs. Marysville High School has a dozen CTE pathways from agriculture to veterinary animal science, business entrepreneurship, to the 2023 CSBA Golden Bell Award winning dental program, and medical occupations to sports medicine pathways. MHS has a broad spectrum of rigorous career technical options for our students. Our concept is to build this pipeline to post-secondary, to medical school, to dental school, and the like. The vision of Project Med is to inspire hope and entry into healthcare careers through vision, collaboration, and results-driven practices. Over the past few years, our 3 health science pathways, medical occupations, sports med, and dental, have grown and grown and grown. In medical occupations last year, our students served doubled from 32 to 61 students. In sports medicine and dental, we are consistently serving 28 to 34 students in each course. Thus, we are serving over 100 students per year in the existing 2-year pathway. We have approached our community partners and they us to fulfill and sustain the medical and healthcare needs of our local community that are not being met due to geographic location and a trend that our highly skilled scholars find medical opportunities in city centers. Together, we can make a difference as Project Med. By partnering locally with Adventist Health, Rideout, and Peachtree Dental, along with regional healthcare partners, Sutter Health, we are creating a local and regional health sciences pipeline extending from Marysville High School to Yuba College to universities like UC Davis, CSU Sacramento, and CSU Chico, all within 1 hour for undergraduate studies. Avenue M is a community college to medical school pathway program that aims to reduce barriers to entry into medical and other health careers. Project Med will launch the pathway starting at Marysville High School. Building on our 2 core CTE pathways in medical occupations, sports science, and dental, our proposed 4-year pathway creates a pipeline into the healthcare careers, incorporating Project Lead the Way, also known as PLTW, using that curricula and its principles. Year 1, honors biology and living earth from a medical lens. Year 2, in addition to chemistry or honors chemistry through a medical lens, students will also take a CTE course called Principles of Biomedical Science, where they will learn everything from design and data analysis to outbreaks, clinical empathy, health promotion, and much more. students will explore the vast range of careers in biomedical sciences. They will develop not just technical skills, but also in-demand transportable skills that they need to thrive in life and career. Year 3, in anatomy and physiology, students will also interact with the PLTW curriculum called Human Body Systems. Students will experience real-world scenarios and cases to see medicine in action. In Year 4, in the PLTW capstone, which is a double period course, students will engage in their real world field experience doing their clinical rotations in their chosen medical pathway, medical occupations or sports medicine or dental, where they will collaborate in teams, designing and developing original solutions to well-defined and justified curriculum, as well as a portfolio. Next steps for our pipeline. As you can see, we are in motion submitting course proposals to commence in the fall of 2024 and starting our recruitment of our 8th graders class of 2028. Acquiring and developing materials are to begin in May and teacher training starting this summer before school starts in early August. Regional field experiences for next fall are being planned, and we are always expanding our internship clinical rotations to provide work-based learning while securing partnerships in our region as new partnerships are being made available. Thank you. Thank you for your support of our students so they can serve critical economic and wellness needs in our community.
I think this is a very exciting program. And what I was wondering is, do we have any sense of how many students might be interested in?
Probably in the first year, at least 30, so at least one cohort of students. And it will only grow with that amount, maybe 2 cohorts of doing that.
So can they start as freshmen?
That's the intent, is they start as freshmen. And that's why we're going to a 4-year pipeline, because of this need, not only here, but you can see nationwide of it growing. Yes, and an important, the base commander yesterday asked a very critical question with yours. What about my families that move in from here? We can catch them up. So if somebody moves from Tallahassee to Marysville, to Beale, yes, they can jump in. So there's on-ramps and to come on at different times for inclusivity.
Are there any other questions from the board? Dr. Yang?
Just to expand on Trustee Davis's question. Your answer confused me because I'm looking at the PowerPoint and it says spring 2024, there's going to be recruitment. So have we completed or have we not completed recruitment?
We haven't completed it as registrations is still going, and we have 33 students, and this won't be all of the students, but it'll be one on-ramp. We have 33 students moving. I believe they're all from McKinney. That'll be starting in IM2. And so that's why we have math involved there, because they'll also be doing some robotics.
And does that mean that these recruited students know that they're going to attend the Summer Bridge program that's noted for summer 2024 on the slide?
The Summer Bridge, that might be a misprint. It should be, it's 25.
Oh, 25.
Is it a misprint in there? I apologize.
So are you saying that this program doesn't start until the academic year 2025? Or is it going to start at the fall of this year?
It starts in the fall, and they're taking our Living Earth or the biology honors. So this fall, that's what they normally take as freshmen.
So the Summer Bridge program isn't an NDOC program for incoming freshmen then? Because I'm looking at your timeline here. It says next step, spring 2024 is recruitment, summer 2024 is Summer Bridge students, right? Teacher training, that's straightforward and clear. But that's what I'm asking. So is the Summer Bridge program not an NDOC program for incoming freshmen?
Is not a, I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you.
An NDOC program, an indoctrination program.
Oh, indoctrination. No, it isn't built. It's a program for Yuba College, it won't be ready until the freshmen are heading to their sophomore year.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Any other questions from the board? Well, I think it's a great.
I do want to add something just real quick. It's, MEDOC is still going to continue to happen. Like, it's not, so the freshmen coming in, they're not going to be taking the medical occupation with Gina. There's still going to be juniors and seniors taking medical occupation with Gina. And the idea is they come into as freshmen, and they're not all going to be in integrated 2. Some of them are going to be in integrated 1. So those 33 kids that are going to be in integrated 2 are just those kids. We also have kids in the integrated 1 program that are going to be getting that integrated 1 through a medical lens. So we're going to have a whole lot of kids that they get to decide then if they want to continue into this medical pathway. And so then and they're going to take the science that goes right along with that. And then their sophomore years, they get to expand it. Juniors and seniors are still going to be taking MEDOC. And so you have like kind of 2 things happening simultaneously. You've got the kids that are starting this 4-year pathway, and then you've got the kids doing the 2-year pathway continuously. So we're trying to build the program so that by the time the kids that are going into their freshman year, they're going to have that 4-year program, but nobody's going to miss out up until that point. Does that make sense? I don't want you to feel like MEDOC isn't happening, because it is. It's just we're growing it. And I say we, but it's mostly Gina because she's a rock star. But I mean, it's a team effort. Our 2 science teachers couldn't be here, but they're amazing as well. You know, they are going to be doing the earth sciences and the biological sciences, and they're all going to be doing it through a medical lens. So for science, it's easy. For math, it's not, right? How many times do you have kids, when am I ever going to use this, right? Well, now with this medical lens, they see why, they see how, and they get that starting in integrated 1 and integrated 2 and integrated 3. And then they're going to go to Gina and they're going to have all of this amazing math and science knowledge. So it's starting as freshmen, but it's not just the freshmen. Juniors and seniors are still going to get to experience that medical occupation. They're still getting the clinical rotations. They're still getting all of that, just not the 4-year pathway. So, sorry,
Worries.
Am I allowed 1 minute just to share my passion for the program?
Go ahead.
So I'm Miss Gina. I teach medical occupations and sports medicine. I just want to share my goals for my program. My goal is that I'm going to get these kids on a pathway. My #1 thing I teach is compassion. Compassion is the #1 thing I preach throughout the whole program, because you need compassion in life, you need compassion especially in medical. And all of my kids, since we're in an underprivileged area, my kids like to say, Miss Gina, as soon as I'm done with here, I'm leaving. I'm running. I'm getting as far away from Marysville as I possibly can. My goal is that I'm teaching them with compassion, we can change the community we're in. So if I can teach them compassion and we can get a medical, there are so many medical positions in Marysville, Yuba-Sutter, anywhere around the area. And with compassion, we can change our community. We can stay and we can build a community and we can make it a beautiful place to live so we don't have to run.
Thank you very much. We certainly hope this goes as we hope, as it's planned out. And we certainly look forward to your update next year.
Thank you. And just to also say, I said 100 students. We're going to go to 130 students because dental, as part of this allied piece, they have a second block next year. So Miss Gina grew from 25, serving 25 to 53 this year to 66 next year, and dental has done the same. So it's awesome. Thank you.
Now we're at 10.2, presentation of the Federal Program Monitoring, FPM.
Good evening. I'm Amy Stratton. I'm here to review our results of the federal program monitoring that occurred. We had our on-site visit just last week. Do I get to? I do. Okay, so FPM is a review that is conducted by the California Department of Education to ensure that we are meeting our statutory obligations to all of our categorical programs. This is not just our federal money, it's some of other state programs itself. We were reviewed under 7 categories this year. Federal stimulus, they looked at all 4 years of how we spent all of our federal stimulus funds. They looked at compensatory education, which is supported through Title I. our English learners, which is supported through Title III, expanding learning, our after-school programs, supporting effective instruction, which is our Title IV, student supports and academic enrichment, which is our, Title II for students' effective instruction, Title IV for student supports and academic enrichment, and technical assistance, school supports. That's all the CSI and ATSI work we are doing with our schools. So we were under review for 7 pretty large instruments. There were over 200 individual items that were reviewed. Each item could have had 1 document, they could have had 15. So there were a lot of documents that were submitted to California Department of Education. Last week, when the team from California Department of Education was in town, they reviewed all instruments at the district level. They reviewed Linda's school. They looked at the EL Comp Ed after-school program. At Yuba Gardens, they looked at EL Comp Ed after-school programs. At Marysville High, they looked at EL and Comp Ed. And at McKinney, they looked at the after-school program. I should point out that when I say they looked at, when they visited the site, they talked to teachers, they talked to staff, they talked to parents. They interviewed the DLACs, they interviewed the school site councils, they interviewed a lot of various people here at the district office. Teachers were interviewed for all of our ESSER funding. Our outreach consultants were interviewed. There was just a lot of staff that had little one-on-ones, a little intimidating. The end of the visit, we were given one of 2 things. We were given either no findings or we were given findings. If there were findings, we were told what we had to do to clear the finding. We will have to provide documentation to resolve the finding, and we have to also make sure that any findings that happen are corrected across all school sites. I am pleased to say that out of 5 categories, we had no findings. So my understanding is the hardest instrument to pass was the federal stimulus monitoring. There is very few districts across the state in the last 2 years that have passed this, and I'm proud to say we are one of those very few. We actually had 2 findings. The first one was Comp Ed. This was just a technicality. We have to, the people that are split funded, so they're getting funds from both title and general funds, we have to track the time for accountability, and the form we were using was outdated. So all we have to do is update our form, submit it to CDE Legal Counsel for approval, use the form once, and submit our documentation to show how we've used it, and then the finding is cleared. Our second finding was our teachers. We have 11 teachers without EL certifications. And so to clear that, we have to ensure that those 11 teachers either have a waiver or their EL certification, and we'll need to work on that through the year. I do want to point out that we were put on warning, is probably the best way I could say it. The first visit occurred at Yuba Gardens. The review team was here 4 years ago. The last on-site was 4 years ago. They went to Yuba Gardens and we had findings over instruction, over designated ELD. The reviewer that came out went to Yuba Gardens. He was giddy. He was like, oh my goodness, look at how much work you have done. He said if he could give a school a gold star, he would have given it to Yuba Gardens. Unfortunately, that trend did not hold true through all of our schools. Designated ELD is still something that we are continuing to work on. Because of the work that was witnessed with Yuba Gardens, and because of the direction and the intentional focus that we have in this district around EL, the reviewer decided not to give us one additional finding. However, he said he looks forward to being here in 2 years to return to the sites that he visited this year to look for the excellent progress that was noted at Yuba Gardens. So we did skate through with one less finding, so we'll take it. And that was our visit. I do want to give a special acknowledgement. Cindy Helms and her team in fiscal had done an amazing job in supporting us through all of this. She also had 2 reviews happening last week. And so she was working on documents for both reviews, and she did an amazing job getting our all of our funding for the federal stimulus cleared. Also, Lori Guy, Pete Pantoja, London Duenas, and their after-school program. Their program is well noted across the state, and they're actually praised quite often, and our team has been asked to present at places because they're doing an amazing job. And I also want to call out the support we had through educational services with Hector Gonzalez, Sandra Torres, Crystal Castro, and of course Adriana doing all of our translation for the parent meetings. So without the amazing work from this team, it would not have been as smooth as it was. It was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. And California Department of Education was very pleased when they left. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is equally deserving of high reward remarks, so I want to thank all of them as well. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to move on to 10.3, Marysville School for the Adults Program and the Middle College Academy Program update for the 2023-24 school year.
Good evening, everyone. We're going to do School for Adults first. My name is James Lohman. I'm the Director of Community Partnerships. Thank you for allowing me to share some of the progress that we've made for 2 of our programs. I believe we're starting with the School for Adults. So thank you, Russell, for your help.
Welcome to the Marysville School for Adults. Our school and students have reached new levels of achievement, and our school has continued its expansion and growth all year. In this video, we would like to share our school successes and continue to celebrate the accomplishments of our amazing students.
Early on this school year, we completed the application process for our school to become an accredited institution. In April of 2024, our school had an initial review from the Western Association of Schools and Colleges, or WASC. We're excited to see our results, which should be released to us sometime in June 2024. We wanted to share some of the data and accomplishments that we shared with the visiting committee with you today.
In the 2023-2024 school year, we've served over 350 individuals so far, resulting in 12 fall graduates, 16 graduates so far for the spring semester, and over 20 that are close enough to make it by the end of the fiscal year. When our school opened in the 2022-23 school year, our students utilized 17 different courses for graduation. This year, that number has more than doubled, with more than 30 different course titles taken from us. This year, we overhauled our ESL program. Since our reopening last year, the ESL classes have evolved from an online course with multi-level sessions to a more leveled format that takes place in person. The shift to using textbooks and cooperative learning have increased attendance and student achievement. This semester, we are piloting leveled classes for our morning sessions and have opened a language lab. The language lab allows for students to get extra practice and get small group and one-on-one instruction. For students this year, the MJUSD Board of Trustees has approved new graduation requirements for adult education, and these requirements include coursework in career and technical education. So far this year, students have taken 17 introductory CTE courses, and we're beginning to utilize community partnerships to provide CTE experiences in a variety of fields. Beyond this school year, we plan to increase the number of students that are transitioning from adult education to careers and offer more chances for our students to take hands-on courses that will prepare them for higher-paying jobs. Thanks in part to our community partners, we've been able to expand our offerings and create new opportunities for students at the Marysville School for Adults. Some notable partnerships include Yuba County Health and Human Services, as we are their provider of services for the Welfare to Work program in the areas of ESL and high school diploma. the North Central Counties Consortium, the Yuba County Office of Education, and our very own MJUSD Transportation Department, which through the ELL IET grant, we are providing ESL support for students who are seeking certification in welding, bus driving, and medical assisting. The Yuba County One Stop and the Local 228, where we are referring students to take part in tradesman training. Also, with the governing board's permission, we are entering into a partnership and affiliation with the WHAM Cosmetology and Barbering Apprenticeship Program to oversee and operate a full-fledged apprenticeship program with local practitioners serving as journey workers for adults seeking certification.
Going into next year and beyond, we're working to expand capstone courses for CTE, expand locations, such as into the Yuba foothills. We're going to create individual transition plans for high school grads to aid their transition to college and career. We'll work with additional partners to create apprenticeships through partnerships like WHAM, the Local 228, and new industry partnerships into the future.
If you or someone you know needs to get a high school diploma or learn English, visit our website to learn more, adulted.mjusd.com. Thank you for your continued support of the Marysville School for Adults, where we are creating opportunities for our community.
Are there any questions for Mr. Lohman?
I just want to commend you on the getting back to the textbooks and in person. I think we should be doing more of that. Great job.
Well, computers will never replace teachers, and it really is getting the teachers in there doing what they do best, and that's what gets results for students. Thank you.
Well, thank you. How many students did you say you had?
So over the course of the year, we've served, it's in the 360 mark somewhere. Adult education is people come in, they finish, they leave. So it's right now at this moment, we have about 165 enrolled, but over 350 over the course of the year.
Well, thank you very much. And please thank your staff and your teachers there. I know they are an inspiration for a lot of these folks coming back and trying to get their lives back on track.
They're an amazing team, and I'll pass that on. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and I have another video, a short video on an update on what we've been doing at the Middle College Academy this year.
Welcome to the Middle College Academy, the newest school in the Marysville Joint Unified School District. I'm James Lohman, and I'm proud and excited to be a part of this exceptional opportunity for high school students in the Yuba-Sutter area on the Marysville campus of Yuba College. At the Academy, students have the opportunity to complete 6 years of education in just 4 years. By the end of high school, they can earn a high school diploma and complete the first 2 years of college, focusing on the discipline of their choice.
This year, students at the Academy have completed 4 college courses, 2 years worth of mathematics, and courses in English and writing. Students are on a block schedule, and in the course of a school year, complete over 100 credits. For reference, other schools offer between 60 and 80 credits per year.
Students have had multiple tutoring sessions and appointments each week with the Yuba College Success Center and have had academic advisement period each day. This advisement period is a chance for students to get extra help in math, English, and in their college courses, and also to collaborate on school projects and assignments.
We have organized trips to local universities, including UC Davis and Sacramento State. While at the university, we have taken campus tours, met with college personnel, and participated in campus activities that are available to help the students explore majors and career paths.
We were so fortunate to have our students be given the opportunity to participate in Yuba College campus activities this year. One of our favorite events was Student Transfer Day, where colleges and universities from around the state and out of state presented their programs to very interested students. Representatives assisted students from all of the area high schools in exploring majors and CTE offerings. Our students were also able to attend campus lectures, Native American storytelling, and student recitals and performances. We were excited to have 3 students participate in the Yuba College Symphonic Band with Professor Hasty.
Our middle college students this year wrote an ASB constitution and started clubs and fundraisers to help fund enrichment trips and programs. We also started clubs and activities such as the chess club, sports club, yearbook, literary magazine, and the beginnings of the MIT Coding and Robotics Club. Also, with board approval, a field trip to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival in the fall.
Moving into next year, with more students enrolled, we plan to launch the Middle College Advisory to allow for voices from MJUSD, Yuba College, parents, staff, and students to collaborate on steering our school. We will increase academic advising services with Yuba College counseling and MJUSD staff and finalize the individual academic plans for all students as they're choosing a field of study.
24-25 will bring more students on campus, our first WASC accreditation, and our school having an A through G list with the University of California. We're planning to have a very successful school year.
The staff is also committing to meet with each family individually to check in on academic progress and open even stronger lines of communication and parental involvement.
On behalf of the students and staff of the Middle College Academy, we want to say thank you to the MJUSD Board of Trustees, administration, and staff for supporting the formation of our school.
Are there any questions for Mr. Lohman on the Middle College? Well, I've been out to their campus several times, and I come away each time learning more about how incredible this program is. And just seeing those kids from the beginning to now, the end of their first year, it's remarkable to see the progress. What would you say is your average GPA out there?
The average GPA for high school classes is 3.63. And when you factor in the college classes, it is in the 3.2 range.
That's excellent. Any other questions for Mr. Lohman? Well, thank you, and thank your staff.
Thank you, everybody, for the support, and I will pass that message on to my staff. Thank you.
Thank you. Now our last presentation, 10.4, presentation on the annual before and after school programs for the 2023-24 school year.
Hi, I'm Lori Guy, the Director of Data and Student Improvement. And tonight we have our presentation. Our team that is here includes teachers and staff of the audience that provide intercession enrichment classes that were formerly known as clubs, and shared learning spaces. So that everybody helps contribute to our after-school program. We have Tori Taylor. She's our communications and graphic design. London Duenas, our expanded learning opportunities program coordinator, and Pete Pantoja, our ACES and STARS coordinator.
Good evening, Superintendent Dr. Israni, Board of Trustees, and the MJUSD community. We are so happy to provide an overview of the wonderful things happening in our program. Let's start by getting to know the folks who make ELOP happen. Meet our office team: Angelica Mora, Chris Klinkenbeard, Rocio Rodriguez, and myself, Tori Taylor. Our coordinators, London Duenas and Pete Pantoja, Director Lori Guy, and Assistant Superintendent Jay Trujillo. Our shared mission is to create a safe, inclusive, and engaging environment for all students. And the folks turning those words into action are the site leads and providers of ELOP and ACES.
Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you.
ELOP and ACES operates as one comprehensive program. We currently have 25 leads and over 45 activity providers across our 17 sites, giving students experiences beyond their regular school day. They provide a safe and structured after-school environment while building positive relationships with students. They truly are amazing people.
Our 2023 to 2024 budget allocation is as follows. ACES was awarded approximately $2.4 million. ELOP was granted just under $8 million. ESSER 3 was a one-time allocation used for middle school and high school intercessions. All of these funds are used to provide services to students under one comprehensive program. Our programs continue to grow as we offer more and more creative ways to expand our students' learning opportunities. The Stars and Aces program operates at 17 sites within our district. Last year, the Stars and Aces program served 1,106 students. This year, our enrollment is 1,652 and counting. That's a 49% increase this year. Our program continues to grow with the addition of quality staff and our school site partnerships.
The Expanded Learning Opportunity Program serves 1,402 students last year through enrichment classes and intercession. Thanks to our multi-talented district staff, ELOP served over 2,583 students this year, an increase of 84%. We are so proud of these growing numbers and the services being provided to our students. Thank you, teachers and support staff. Enrollment in our before and after school enrichment classes has soared thanks to our amazing teachers and support staff in our district. Some of our enrichment classes include mariachi, Hmong culture and dance, chess, coding and robotics, leadership, sports, gardening, sewing, STEAM, cooking, and tutoring in reading, math, and science, just to name a few. We've also implemented intercession during our school breaks. From 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., students are enrolled in an academic portion of the day with instruction by credentialed teachers. Summer curriculum focuses on reading and math skills, along with an emphasis on STEAM. This year, each intercession included a specialized teacher in STEAM, robo-blocky, and music. From 12:30 to 5 p.m., students participate in enrichment activities provided by our amazing Stars and Aces staff. Transportation is available to all students, along with breakfast, lunch, and a supper meal. Each intercession had a theme, such as winter solstice, STEAM, and invest in our planet. This theme was carried out in the books, the activities, and the assemblies for the week.
This upcoming summer, we're taking TK through 6th grade students on an imagination vacation, where we plan to showcase different parts of the world. A vacation to space will be the theme for the Sky Dome Assembly. 7th and 8th grade students are offered choices: academic strengthening, math with coding and robotics, startup smart up, entrepreneurship, or the Leader in Me Institute. 9th through 12th grade students will have the opportunity for credit recovery. The Leader in Me Institute is also offered for the week of June 17th through 21st at Lyndhurst and Marysville High School. To ensure that our program meets the needs of our families and to encourage proactive communication, parent surveys are sent out yearly. The survey results that were gathered were very positive. Parents feel that their child is safe in the after-school program, that there is good communication with staff, and that their child looks forward to attending. 100% of the parents would recommend the after-school program. Homework completion is an area where growth can occur to get to 100%. In addition to the parent survey, we included 2 parent forums on Zoom this year with Pete in London. They also attended the Hmong dinner to present an overview of the after-school program.
We've already accomplished so many wonderful things this year. Increasing the types of enrichment courses our students experience in the after-school program and during intercession is one of our largest accomplishments. We believe students build essential skills needed to be successful, including vocabulary, problem-solving, decision-making, motivation, and self-esteem. We are proud of the growth that we have made this year. Thanks to our ACES and STARS staff, teachers, and our support staff, our program is growing and stronger than ever.
Our program will continue to strive to bring quality enrichment to help support our students in academics and social skills. We know that our program is part of our students' growth and preparedness for the future. Our goal is to make sure that all students in our district get those same opportunities.
We are so excited for what's to come. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to share our program with you.
Are there any questions from the board? Well, I would just say that given your report, you're headed in the right direction. And I think that is what we've been needing, is that excitement to learn. And you're giving that opportunity to so many of our students that have had a struggle with that. And I think we're still struggling to get over COVID in so many ways. And that's horrible to say because it was 2 years ago. But I really appreciate, and I think the board appreciates, all the dedication that you and your staff and your teachers that are associated with this are providing the district. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you guys.
Now we'll move to updates. Administrative services, Brian.
Just a couple of numbers to give you. You'll get more, I believe, at next month's board meeting, but a couple numbers that I'm really proud of. Last year, most districts saw a very large increase in chronically absent kids. We were one of those. But with the hard work from our student welfare and attendance office and Mr. Pless and his team, we went from 30% chronically absent students last year and dropped that down to 22% this year, a decrease of 8%, which is really significant in 1 year. So that's been great. And then I know when the student from Marysville was up talking about their wellness center, we have had over 6,000 visits to our wellness centers this year if you go across the high school to elementary level. So I just wanted to kind of give a couple of those numbers out there. So thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Brian? Well, I'm just so happy that we have the focus that we've had on this absenteeism. And the Wellness Center seems to have really kind of taken some of the angst out of some of our students, just trying to be reacclimated to the schoolroom and the school campuses. So thank you and your staff. Now we're at business services. Jennifer?
Thank you. I just have a few updates. I just want to first and foremost thank Cindy Helms for all her hard work on the FPM. As Amy indicated, she also had our interim audit going, and she's preparing our budget for the next fiscal year. So I just want to give her a big thank you and tell her how much I appreciate her hard work. Also, a few facilities updates. We have the Lyndhurst track and field is moving along quite nicely. We have some major construction coming up with the track surfacing and the bleacher installation coming up in the next few weeks. The Marysville High School track, we're hoping to start in early July. It should be coming out of DSA any day now. Foothill Intermediate, where our interior painting is taking place, exterior painting, and we're working towards having a nice little walkthrough the night of the promotion ceremony at Foothill. Covalot Elementary is nearly complete, and the outside construction is beginning. And then the Marysville High School fire alarm will start as soon as school gets out, and we're hoping to have a substantial completion the first week of August. And then for nutrition services and transportation, they're busy getting ready to serve our students this summer. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Are there any questions for Jennifer? Well, thank you for all the hard work of keeping these projects on track. I know we've been very fortunate to keep up the progress, as it seems, and I don't want to jinx this, ahead of schedule, for goodness sakes. But I drive by Covalot almost every other day and just am in awe of how well that looks from the outside. I haven't had an inside trip yet, but I'll certainly thank your staff for all their hard work. And you're starting to see it everywhere, which is what we need in the district. So thank you again. Now we have education services. Jay?
Yes, sir. You saw two highlights already, the after-school program and FPM, so I was happy to see that. And then once again, just highlighting for you the professional development opportunities and engagement that's happening across the district. As you can see, over 190 staff members involved in improving their craft and their impact to students in over 36 sessions. And something that really caught my attention is even in the month of April, as we are winding down the year, you can see that this was the third highest engagement of our staff across the district. So it just goes to show about the level of commitment from our teachers and support staff to improve teaching and learning. And just want to salute that and thank you for listening.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Jay? Well, thank you for all of your staff for keeping this moving. And I know it's been a lot of opportunities, and hopefully folks have been able to take advantage of them as they have been scheduled. So thank you. Now we have personnel services. And Jessica, do you want to introduce your cohort?
Yeah, first I want to thank the superintendent and the board for having me in to serve as an interim, and thank you for all of the employees that I've gotten to know and work with. It's been a pleasure. And this is Jordan Reeves, who will be your new assistant superintendent of personnel effective tomorrow.
Well, thank you.
Again, I appreciate the opportunity. We're hitting the ground running and a lot of work, and I'm excited to be in a new district and learn a lot of new things. Thank you.
So welcome. Thank you very much. Dr. Azrani.
Well, thank you for giving me a chance to speak, and I just want to acknowledge our teachers. I did read your posters, and thank you for making your voice loud and clear. I know it sounds like we don't hear you, but we do. On the FPM basis, I'd like to say a congratulations to a person who hasn't been recognized, and that's Amy Stratton. Having done, it was so funny that the FPM gentleman came here and said, Dr. Azrani, I've watched you in 3 districts. He followed me in FPMs that I conducted as assistant superintendent, deputy superintendent, and he was here this time. And one of the things that he said was so astounding. He said the 4-year difference between then and now with the work that Amy's led and the work that our teachers have done and the work that our directors have done, and thank you to Jay for leading this along with your staff. He said what is evident is the systems are in place. And that was a huge compliment to the district, that the systems are in place. And we've been working really hard to put in systems so that everything makes sense, why we do what we do. Really want to, again, a big shout out to you, Amy, Laurie, and your team for all the work that you've done along with Sandra and Crystal and everybody else. Also want to thank our principals and our teachers who were observed. And yes, Yuba Garden, he came back to me and he said, Fall, I cannot tell you about Yuba Gardens. And if anybody's here from Yuba Gardens, hats off to you for letting them see, for displaying to people who don't really know our district what a fabulous work that happens every day. And I can say that, I can sit here and say that today because of the number of classroom visits I do. Many of you have seen me a number of times, some of you maybe once or twice, but it's never been a week or a month that I've not visited over 200 rooms, even if you just drop in and say hi and just see your hard work. So I want to tell you today, I recognize you. Thank you for your work. About HR, I would love to mention, and I think you didn't take the opportunity to say that, the hiring is moving in full force right now. The number of hiring this year is about 1/3 of what we had last year. Am I correct? About 1/3. Because we've been watching, a lot of that is special ed because the numbers are growing in special education. We also hired a lot of teachers in special ed without credentials, and they did not have the qualifications to continue, so we had to keep hiring that. But we've filled a lot of positions, and you can see as we are getting teachers coming to us, and we are filling that. I want to give a shout out to Kathleen. And I want to give shout out to Yvonne. I want to give shout out to the HR team for a brilliant job they're doing in making sure they're hiring, and our principals and the group that interviews. I've seen an interview happen at 5:30 in the evening because that's when the candidate was available. So we are doing a lot of hard work, and you know, we are not alone. We work as a team, and we need to continue to do that. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Azrani. Are there any questions? Well, I just think the progress we're making is exceptional. And we've got a lot more work to do, but the progress we've made is incredible. So now we're moving to the approval of the April 16th, 2024 regular board meeting minutes. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? If not, do I hear a motion? Motion approved by Frank Crawford. Is there a second? Second by Allison Hasty. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The minutes are accepted. Now we have the approval of the consent agenda items. Are there any items in the consent agenda that the board would like to pull for more discussion?
Yes, President Davis, staff would like to pull item 16.13.
Which one?
16.13.
16. Okay, that's noted. We're pulling 16.13, approval for the job description and position of intervention specialist. When will that be brought back?
We'll be bringing that back at a future meeting.
Okay. Are there any other additions or corrections? If not, we have a comment card for 16.11. I get the title right. It's certificated non-reelect. Ms. Stiegel?
Good evening again, Mr. Davis. My name is still Angela Hillary Stiegel, and I'm still the president for the Marysville Unified Teachers Association. I believe that by last count, this is at least the third time that these non-reelects have been brought to the board. And so I'm wondering if the board can explain to me exactly why that is.
This forward to the board under abundance of caution, as we were recommended to do, so I would ask the board to approve it.
Abundance of caution in regards to what?
There's been a challenge, so these are first-year teachers, and there is no, it could be brought any time in the first year. So in an abundance of caution, I am bringing them forward.
Got it. So an abundance of caution that the last 2 or 3 times we didn't quite cut the mustard. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions or discussions for the consent agenda? If not, do I hear a motion? Motion approved by Frank Crawford. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Steeman. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we move to new business. It's 18.1, Resolution 2023-24/22, specifications of the election order of the governing board. Do we have any staff comments on this? What this is doing is we're required by law to declare that we're going to have an election in the fall for 4 of our trustees. And this is what this business is about. Are there any questions from the board? If not, do I hear a motion? Motion to approve by Dr. Yang. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Hasty. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we're at public comments. Emily McKinnon.
So my comments are going to be a little scattered because someone left some comments with me to read, and then I just had some things that I thought of as the presentations were going on. I'm going to go ahead and read comments from Erica Schleschler first. It says, "We all as adults understand the importance of keeping within a budget. Most of us have experienced buying a new car. We might like to get a new Bentley Continental because you want the best and want to look good. If it's not within the budget, however, we won't be able to maintain new tires, fresh oil, lubricate the engine. Spending money on extravagant PR to make us look good, on double the number of assistant superintendents, on a middle college that serves 14 students, and takes funding away from our other 10,000 students, all of these and more is like buying the Bentley, then not paying staff enough to stay even with the cost % of living. It's like ignoring the maintenance that would keep us moving forward. The district did receive an ongoing increase to its funding of 8.22%, and this district did spend every cent on the Bentley. It now has nothing for the staff, the maintenance. So those are from Erica. And then I just had a few random things that I thought of throughout the presentation. There were some people thanked for attendance increases, but there were some people that I left out or not mentioned. And those are the people on the ground at our schools every day that create a welcoming environment for our students and encourage them to be there every day. And one of the main groups of people that I feel help do that are our health aides. Our kids, you know, like, oh, we're tired, we want to get out of class. Instead of just going to the office and being sent home, the health aide knows our kids and helps keep them at school and she knows when they're just, you know, trying to get by to go home. And then I'm gonna refer back to the slide that Jay had up of all the PD increase. And I'm gonna point out that I'm one of those people that did a bunch of that PD simply because my monthly bills are going up every month, yet my salary is not, staying with the cost of living. And then the last thing I wanted to point out that really bothers me, and I know bothers a lot of people in our district, is the same plan that the board members and our superintendent get for free, medical plan, I myself would have to pay $1,778 a month for. But I can't afford that, so I take the low plan. So I take the low plan because I can't afford that Cadillac plan. And I have over a $6,000 deductible I have to pay. I go get blood work, it's about $600 every time. So a lot of us are avoiding going to the doctor to deal with health because we can't afford to. So maybe think about that when you come to the bargaining table next. Thank you.
Tammy, I can't pronounce your last name. Poor practice.
It's the A, it gets in the way.
Thank you.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Tammy Strolzini, and I'm here tonight to speak about our need to retain high-quality teachers here in MJUSD. The word retain means to keep in one's pay or service. The best way to do that is to provide a fair and competitive wage across the entire salary schedule. This year, the teachers of this district asked for an 8.22% salary increase, which is the amount in COLA the district received last summer and will continue to receive year over year. Last week in the appeal, Mr. Davis states that over the past 6 years, the district has provided salary and benefit increases of 21.57%. However, the district received 35.07% in COLA funding from the state. That's a difference of 14.5%. Where did those funds go? We can tell you where they didn't go. They didn't go to the personnel who provide at least 183 days of service each year to MJUSD. We've been told that COLA funding often goes to pay for increases in goods and services. COLA stands for cost of living adjustment. So if the district's goods and services are costing more, guess who else has to bear the brunt of inflation? The personnel who provide at least 183 days of service each year to MJUSD. Speaking of costing more, rumor has it is that our health insurance will be increasing anywhere from 3 to over 9% next year. So once again, our health care will eat into any salary increase we have spent weeks and months fighting for just for the opportunity to basically break even. Many surrounding districts have realized that these past few years have been the optimal opportunity to provide their employees a higher level of compensation. I reviewed settlements from 15 surrounding districts, either like ours or close to ours. Of those 15 districts, MJUSD had the lowest ongoing salary offer last year of 7%, in spite of the district receiving an augmented COLA of 13.26. Looking at the past 2 years combined, our district is the only district offering ongoing salary increases in the single digits. Every other district has double-digit increases ranging from 11 to over 18%. We're not living here with our heads in the sand. We can see that our state budgetary outlook for the next few years does not seem very optimistic. Currently, we have worked all year without a negotiated contract. We have spent all year waiting for a salary that will help our teachers make ends meet. You have had this money all year, and we have sat and watched board meeting after board meeting, money being spent hand over fist, claiming it's just one-time funds. If they were all just one-time funds, then please explain to all these people in this room tonight, the ones that teach all 10,000 of these children, that bus these children, that clean up after these children, that run the schools that educate these children, the ones that care for the mental and physical health and well-being of these 10,000 children, where did all the money go? Because we can tell you where it didn't go. Thank you.
We have one more comment card. Kelly Belinsky? Belinsky, sorry.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Bielski, and I'm a first grade teacher at Olivehurst Elementary School. This is my 10th year teaching at Olivehurst and in our district. I'm here to address the board regarding the district's salary offer to MUTA. It was very disappointing to learn that MJUSD first offered a 0% ongoing salary increase and a one-time payout of 3%. Then came back with an offer of 2% ongoing and a one-time payout of 3%. The purpose of COLA is to keep salaries comparable and maintain the ability to keep up with inflation and the rising cost of things. I understand that the cost of things have gone up for the district, but they've gone up for us as well. The district has already received this money, and we are asking that you pass our fair share on to us so we can continue to afford to support ourselves and our families. Last week, my school celebrated teacher and staff appreciation. We're very blessed to have a new PTA that is very active. We were treated every day to either lunch, breakfast, or the woot-woot wagon that came along to our classrooms. Our teachers and staff members felt valued and appreciated. I'm watching amazing things that happen at my school with the people directly working with our students. I'm hoping that the district can show how much it values its teachers by giving us our full COLA of 8.22%. It's incredible what can happen when people feel valued.
Meeting is adjourned.
Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
Hi, I'm Neil Goforth of Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties. Caring for elders or even yourself has challenges. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties can help you address today's issues and plan for tomorrow with in-home and specialized care for you or your family members. Call us at 530-749-8800. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties.